Welcome back, my dear learners. Let us let us complete Daffodils or I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud by William Wordsworth. Let's look at the last 12 lines of the poem. The wave beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. So first of all, I would like to just to tell you the meanings of some difficult words. Outdid means outplay or surpass, means to just to excel someone or to prove oneself better than the other. That outdid. Sparkling means shining. Glee means happiness. So here in the first two lines of this very particular stanza, the poet means to say that the waves just beside the daffodils were also dancing, but the daffodils proved themselves much better in their own performance, in their own dance. They outsmarted, they excel the waves in dancing, in expressing their happiness and joy, my dear learners. See, a poet could not but be gay in such a jocund. Jocund means again happy, gay means again happy. So see how many synonyms of happiness or happiness is happiness just are used in this very particular poem. See, glee happiness, gay happiness, jocund happy. So he says that how can a poet be unaffected in such a happy, such a mesmerizing condition, since there was happiness all around the poet with his own sister, where these flowers grew in never ending line. The poet also felt extremely happy. He says it was almost impossible for him to keep himself aloof or to somehow protect himself, particularly from coming under the influence of the happiness and joy of the daffodils. He also felt extremely happy because the atmosphere all around him was such strong that he found it almost impossible to keep himself aloof from all that, and he also became extremely happy. He says, I gazed and gazed, but little thought negative sense. So he says that he went on and on, was enjoying that mesmerizing moment, that heavenly moment, that moment of extreme joy and happiness. But little he thought about the impact and about the result of that happy moment that his eyes had captured, and how those beautiful moments or that beautiful moment was going to entertain him, was going to relieve him of his own suffering, of his own problem in the later years. At that time, he did not think all about that. At that time, he did not realize all about that. But later on, he realized about the impact of that happy moment, the image of that happy moment which his eyes had captured in them. Let's see what he says. what wealth the show to me had brought. So at that time, he did not realize or he did not understand the importance and value of those beautiful spectacle or that beautiful spectacle his eyes had captured. But later on he realized, he says, but what wealth? Wealth means value, importance. The show means that the show of the daffodil to me had given, had restored or brought for him. At that time he did not realize that how that very particular spectacle that his eyes, his senses, his brain had somehow captured or recorded were going to be proved great for him. See, for oft means often, at regular interval, almost always. When on my couch means bed, I lie means rest. So he says, after that, at that time I did not realize about that wonderful moment, that I did not realize the importance of that just a happy and jocund company of the daffodils. But later on, where the poet says that later on, whenever he found himself low in his spirit, felt not happy at all because of some personal reason or because of some other reason, and just lay in his own bed all sad, all of a sudden his brain helped him recollect the memory of that day. He had seen large number of the daffodils, and the moment that picture his brain had stored with it flashed upon his own mental screen, at once he felt himself absolutely relieved from the tension and fever of his life, or tension and fever of the city life, and he felt absolutely fresh again. See this? In vacant or in pensive means sad mood, they flash upon that inward eye. They means the daffodils. Flash means appear, upon the inward eye means mental screen, which is the bliss of solitude, and that is the result of the solitude, loneliness. So he says that whenever it happened